Today we are going to be looking into Harry's attendance at the Legends of Aviation Awards. He was there on stage with Kurt Russell, Morgan Freeman, and he gave a really, really bad kind of speech. He was peppered with jokes that didn't land. He looked peeved off. Kurt Russell apparently allegedly shaded him too. And he made some quite, I would say, dismissive comments about a group of firefighters that he was meant to be hosting. Now, he stayed for a whopping 11 minutes at the venue. He left after 11 minutes. So we're going to have a look at what happened, how Harry feels about it, what's going on. So, as always, I'm using my Garbage Pail Kids tarot for Harry. I have given them a good shuffle. We're going to get into it. There is 2 packs of Garbage Pail Kids tarot cards in here. Long story, but anyway, there is. So if I needed to pull any more cards on him, I will do from this deck. So I work in layers. I'm going to do one layer is going to be a Celtic crossbred, and then we might just have some random cards, or we're going to use my very sassy, very, very sassy oracle card deck. So let's have a look. Let's check out how Harry enjoyed the Legends of Aviation Awards. And the first card is there is drama about. There is bad feeling. There is bad feeling there. There is some more drama. There is some more tea. The 3 of Cups in reverse. This is gossip. This is somebody who's been unhappy. He's either created drama around him or he's been bitching and moaning to some people who were in attendance with him. He has behaved in a bratty way somehow. There may be more that comes out of it. It's hardly this kind of wonderful ginger prince that he likes to give the impression of and fails at doing, I must say. But that 3 of Cups in reverse, there's some gossip, there is some drama, there's some bad feeling here. There's some real bad feeling. It was a party and he'll whine and wah if he wants to. And it wasn't even his party. It wasn't even about him. What's crossing over here is the moon crossing over. Now, I think Kurt Russell, I think he's a Pisces. I'm not sure. That could be Kurt Russell. You could have some beef with Kurt Russell there because the moon card relates to a Pisces. However, this could be that there's something more going on. Has Harry been self-medicating a bit too much with a bit too much of the illegal stuff, a bit too much of the over-the-counter things, a bit too much with, I'm just saying, Olive Garden Mansion's near a massive weed farm. It doesn't take a genius to figure out, and it's legal over there. So yeah, we've got the moon crossing over. There's something else going on here. There's some murkiness around this whole event. There's some murkiness around that time he was there. There's some secrets that he doesn't want to come out. There's some behavior that he doesn't want to come out. He wants to keep it trapped and down. He didn't want to be there. The Chariot is in reverse. The only reason he is there is to put a finger up at William. Now, the Chariot card relates to sun sign Cancer, and William is the 21st of June. He's just on the cusp, but he falls on the Cancerian side between Gemini and Cancer. So he is a Cancer baby. That Chariot in reverse, he wants to show William that he is fine. And he's just as much of a pilot as William is. And look at him. He's got awards and prestige as well. Now, the cards did predict that he would do something stupid coming up. And I've got to admit that little speech he did at the Legends of Aviation thing was it, basically. It wasn't the right energy for the event, but the little speech, he's done something stupid. I'm surprised this hasn't hit the mainstream news more than it should have done. Basically, because there's been a lot going on. Of course, we've had Pope Francis's funeral this weekend. We've had all the heads of state there. So that's going to knock him off the top of the listings. And we've also had the tragic case of Virginia Giuffre, and she self-deleted, I believe, on Friday. So there's been a lot of stuff going on. And I guess and of course, there's been terrible events happen in Canada overnight as well, in Vancouver. Absolutely terrible. So there's a lot going on. So I'm kind of not surprised that Ginger, the Ginger Lothario, isn't at the top of the news cycle. The 8 of Coins is in reverse. He doesn't work. He doesn't value his place at the Legends of Aviation Awards. And I feel like that is very telling in his behavior on stage and his behavior to other people. He likes to see himself as a jack of all trades, but he also thinks he's a master of all trades. He's a master of none. He is a coddled man baby, basically. The 8 of Coins in reverse here. He doesn't value the people around him, and he doesn't value the people who are getting it. He thinks he's got this inferiority superiority complex. So he thinks everybody's beneath him, but deep down he's got to lash out at them to bring them down to his level. Yeah, this is all about William and the Wales' children. He really has he's one of the things he's been furious about this week is, and can you believe this? But I feel like he's going to say it stings, is because Louis's birthday. And I know that sounds really weird, but Louis's birthday and the royal family retweeting some things, and Louis having a nice little video made is for his 7th birthday. But he's really aware of that, and he's salty about that. He's really kind of not in a happy place about the royals. Now, with Page of Cups in reverse, I would say that was the Wales family and the children. But if we push that aside, the Page of Cups in reverse could just say he emotionally, Harry emotionally as well, he's quite stunted. And we know that. We know that. There's many ways you can read the cards. There's astrologically, Jungian, the classic textbook kind of way. And you could use the Kabbalah. There's loads of different ways. Oh, Justice in reverse. It's not fair. Right, he's either going to have some big problems with the Libra. It could well be a Libra. We've got Justice card and the 2 of Swords. Both of those resonate to the sun sign of Libra. And the Justice card in reverse, though, this could be something about court cases. This could be something about his IPP. I know that IPP judgment is happening after Easter, and we are after Easter. So I'm wondering if that's coming up in the next week or two, because that's a sudden thing. That's his next big thing. And there's something there that he's not particularly happy about. The 2 of Swords there, either way, and not unless there's a new case coming against him and he's not happy about it. That could well be it as well. It could be both of those things. There's stuff in the balance here. There's an energy around weighing something up around him. But what's on his mind? What's really on his mind? He feels harshly judged. It's weird because he's kind of got this like Megan thing. Like she'll want to get into like a social group, and then she'll want to run the social group. And then she wants everybody telling her how wonderful she is. And then she'll move on to a different one. Harry's getting the same way. He's got this real kind of anxiety. Like he's got a, he thinks he's better than the actors and the astronauts and all of those people who are enjoying that kind of aviation thing. He thinks he's better than them. Which is wild. He's got a hell of an ego on him. A hell of an ego on him. We have here what he's scared of is the 2 of Wands in reverse. And that's a doorway closing. He's worried. He is a little bit worried that some contacts in America and some people that look after him in America are going to shut the door on his face. The King of Swords is in reverse. Again, this is an air sign man, potentially, but it's in the negative. So he's going to have issue either with a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. It also could be somebody who's a politician, a business person, a judge, a legal person. And that is coming up. So I know that's quite a broad range, but it's not really. It's not, because a lot of other things can fit, like a lot of other things can happen. So we'll see what happens with the prediction, who turns up that fits that. But he's not going to have a good time. Personally, with the Justice card in reverse and with the King of Swords in reverse, I do think this is something legal. Now, this could be also to do with his immigration status. It could be all things. He's got a lot of these court cases battling about, and he's got lots of threats of court cases for defamation battling about as well. So he's not feeling overly confident about something. And that is why he is feeling really, really harshly judged. And he's bestowing judgments on other people because he feels judged himself. But no one's really judging him. No one really cares. I don't think Kurt Russell gives a damn. I don't think Morgan Freeman gives a damn. You know what I mean? He's just there. He's a novelty factor. He's just a novelty person. He's not a person of substance. He's just someone who's come in from the side, and he's got this one thing about him, which is his connection to the royal family and history. That's the selling point. Apart from that, he's really hollow, you know? And like some of these people in Hollywood are really creative and really kind of like, I mean, some of them are weird and corrupt if you go like the P. Diddy route. But when you've got people who are like the actors and very successful actors, a lot of them tend to be very creative and very good at what they do. You might like them, but as people, but they are very creative people. Not that I don't like Kurt Russell. I like Kurt Russell. I'm just saying. Let's have a look. So show us what went down. What was going on around this whole shebang? Show me. Let's have a look at the sassy cards for this bit. What was this behavior? What doesn't he want coming out? What's with the Three of Cups in reverse? The brattiness of it all. Oh, dear me. It's a big steaming pile, a bag of, and it's been dumped everywhere. We have got the bag of excrement in reverse. And that shows me that he's basically just dumped on everyone. He's basically just dumped on everyone. That's kind of the normal thing. Right. This Legends of Aviation award, I feel like last year's readings around this, I'm sure there was some money exchanged, whether he attended and everything like that. And I feel like he paid them, but there's a receipt here. It's almost like they've paid him this year, but they don't want, he didn't fulfill something there. It's weird. Takeout. Yeah. Bish bash bosh. The takeout prince. It was just something convenient, easy, and it was an easy thing to do. So he didn't want to be there, but he dumped on all of them for some reason. Let's have a look and see what else. Okay. He's going to have to be careful because Harry is going to turn into the boy who cried wolf. The danger card is in reverse. So he was hyped up and said, oh, this is, I'm in danger. I can't stay. So I think he's had a bit of a drama behind stage saying, oh, you know, I'm a security, privacy, and was a bit of a diva that way. I mean, Mariah Carey would blush at his diva antics. Like he's diva. What he is here, you've got the rent controlled apartment. Now, he really looks down on these events, the Aviation Awards. It's not good enough. It's not gilded enough. It was a bit shabby. It wasn't exactly what he was hoping for. He's probably picking faults at the venue, to be honest. There's something about the venue he didn't like. I feel like we might be hearing something about that. And here we have a monster stomping on Cupid in reverse. So he's trying, with his image, he's trying to come out like he's trying to make people love him and like him. But the only person he's self-soothing is himself. Look at me. I'm just like William. I can fly it. Yeah. He's such a... Okay. He was out all night afterwards. Out all night. One more card. Out all night, living it up. He has got this whole kind of conspiracy. He's very conspiratorial at the moment. I don't think what's happened with Virginia Giuffre in Australia will have helped him, because all of the conspiracy theorists everywhere are going off it. And the moving back in card there. He's really dissatisfied, and he's looking down at a lot of things around him, and it's not good enough. But he did that when he was in the UK. He used to be like in the UK, that in the UK. The catfish is in reverse. He is basically trying to gaslight us and catfish us into believing that he is just some kind of like lost little prince in it all. Now let's just have a look and see what William thinks. Yeah, so basically he's been a knob. Let's have a look at what William thinks of this, because William came up at the start of the reading. Five of Trees. He thinks it's performative. He thinks that Harry's just trying to get attention and stir the pot. He knows what he's doing, what's crossing over. William is looking forward. He's looking forward, and he's wanting to do things differently. With the star here, he really wanted to do things differently. Now there is an Aquarian. Now that could be Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh. She's the only Aquarian in the royal household. Let's have a look and see what's above. Nine of Waters. William knows that Harry did not want to be there. William knows that it's just pure all show, and he'd rather... William just isn't bothered. He doesn't care. Like, he literally does not care. He hasn't got FOMO, the fear of missing out. William has got the joy of missing out. So JOMO. He's not bothered. Who's this underneath? The Seven of Wands. Yeah, so William knows this is just Harry going on the attack, trying to like poke him. He knows. He's aware of it. He knows. And here we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this is interesting. I know I'm not reading on Virginia Giuffre until after her funeral. But William was very much at the Pope's funeral yesterday, and William will also be aware that Virginia Giuffre has passed, and the potential connotations about his Uncle Andrew. So there's, and that coming back up in the press and social media again, and the noise of it all. So he's aware of it. So I think Williams was very kind of like focused on the funeral of Pope Francis as well there. The Eight of Trees. He is expecting a barrage. he is expecting a barrage from Monty Shit Show. He is expecting a lot of noise coming from Monty Shit Show and a lot of pot stirring from the Sugars and everyone like that. We have got the Nine of Skies, the Nine of Swords there. So he's in a reflective mood. I think his sleep pattern might be a little bit out of kilt. I think he's definitely going deep about something, though I don't think it's the whole Harry getting an award thing. No, the Four of Stones in reverse. There's a certain level of loss of control. He's aware about his brother. He thinks his brother's going to lose control. And the Seven of Water, he's expecting, he's like, oh, here we go again with the gaslighting, the fake rumors and all of that kind of stuff. He's just like, please, just don't. This is just like, just pack it in. And then we have the King of Wands in reverse. Harry is either going to do something with a fire sign male, or I think a fire sign male is going to come out and like maybe go at Harry. That being said, that King of Wands could well be Harry having a massive temper tantrum and making himself look like a spoiled brat further than usual, more than usual. That he's going to be very angry at William about something, really angry at William, really hostile at William, really envious, full of spite towards his brother, like it's going to ramp up for some reason. And that's coming. But William's expecting a lot of noise from Monty Shit Show. Like, I feel like William and the Royals are ahead. They know ahead of time. I don't think they used to, but I feel like they know ahead of time of what the kind of games that Monty Shit Show are going to play. And I do feel like they are very aware of it. Is William bothered? No, I think he's got other things on his mind. He just knows it's more a kind of really, okay, you do you. You're a pain in the neck. Like, William is done with him, but he's trying to get William on a level that only siblings can get each other. And this is the whole Aviation Awards thing. He's really trying to get into William's head, and William's just like, why are you doing this, basically? So there we go. That is what I see in the cards. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Let me know if there's any other readings you would like in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, all that YouTubery stuff. And I'll see you soon for some more readings, guys. Bye, everyone.